You're the best. So nothing ever gonna keep you down. Okay, go.
Hi guys, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. You're here today with Jody,
Hi guys.
CEO of Prolong Lash, and I am Alicia, the head of marketing. And today we're going to be talking about a very important topic.
Very, very important topic, and why you should have the retail space in your salon.
Okay, so having a retail space is not just about selling product, is
No.
it? Like, there's so many more benefits to it. So, I mean, the first thing that I can think of is just enhancing the overall experience for your clients when they enter your salon. Like,
absolutely.
What do you want to see when you walk into a salon?
I want to see a professional coloured setup with nice atmosphere that feels good, and know that the credibility of the lash artist that I'm going to see has products there that can help my journey.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed. And, you know, the way that it's set up and the way that it looks really gives you a first impression of the service you're going to receive.
Yeah, it does. I'm a real person that walks in and likes space to be colourful and full of ideas for me, because the lash journey for me, my first time, let me think about it. My first time for my lash journey, when I walked in, I was with you were doing my lashes, and everything around me was just as important as the actual lash artistry itself. So I'm a real sucker for retail. I'm a real compulsive buyer, and particularly when you were going through the spiel of, at the time when I was laying on the bed and you're giving me all this direction about what you had in your salon and what the importance of it was, it was very good. It was a really good experience.
Thank you. So let's deep dive into some of the benefits. Whoop, in she goes.
Yeah,
She's diving in. We're going to deep dive into some of the benefits of having a retail space.
Yeah.
And the first one that comes to mind for me is establishing your expertise and developing trust with yourself and your client.
Yeah, definitely.
So
How do you do that?
well, yeah, I think that if you have high quality products that you're really knowledgeable about that you're selling, that is going to build trust with your client. They know that you're not just giving them some random thing that they've bought off, you know, Amazon or whatever, and you don't know where it came from. If it's like a trusted brand that people have heard of before that's sitting in front of them, they know you invest in your clients and you invest in their lash health and their eye health. And then going that step further, if you can demonstrate how much you know about that product and how that product can benefit your client, that's really going to help them feel comfortable that you are an expert as a lash artist and you know so much about the lash industry and how someone should be caring for their eyes.
Educated, that you're smart, that you've done your homework, that you've, as you said, done your research. And also it affects when they leave the salon, not just that you have done an amazing job with their lashes, but the caring for the lashes and the coming back for the lashes, you know, giving them the whole, you give them the whole package, not just the $120 or $180 service.
Yeah,
you give them the whole package.
Yeah.
So I think I mentioned before that when I walk in somewhere, I really like my space to have things around me that are part of my journey. So for me, a retail area is the first. I almost go and walk into the retail area first in a salon and have a look at their products. And if the receptionist is there or the artist is there, great, I'll chat to them, but I usually go to the retail place first.
I know why though. Because there's no chance you're going to sit down and wait in the waiting area, is there?
No. So
you can't sit still.
No, I can't sit still.
No, but you do need something. You need something to look at, something to start your mind ticking about, oh, what am I going to be doing with these things when I get home? Like, how do I look after them? That already has planted that seed inside your head.
And particularly if there's brochures.
Yeah.
Like particularly if there's brochures or aftercare cards, and I know everything's gone, you know, scan this and have a look at it. And I get that. I get it's moving forward. But I'm a bit of an old-fashioned, touchy-feely person.
Tactile.
Yeah, I am. And sometimes I think when you walk into a retail space, don't be scared to have paraphernalia. Don't be scared to have you know, some posters up, some old-fashioned marketing as well as the new stuff, because a lot of your clientele demographics, okay, are 18 to 25, but you got to think there's 25 to 50-year-olds, and I kind of don't even slip into that bracket. Let's go to 55.
Don't give away your secrets.
That are old-fashioned, that like to pick up a magazine and see that you've been advertised in that magazine, or like to see a sticker on your door that says the winner of or an entrant in. I think creating that credibility and professionalism doesn't just stop at what you stock. It actually stops at what you're showing that your salon's been involved in and what you've done. And I think sometimes when I walk into a salon, if I see, like you walk into a doctor's surgery, and above the doctor's surgery you see a certificate, a master's of, you know, gynecology, let's say, because you're a female and you've gone in and you're looking at and you think, wow, she got it at, you know, Melbourne Uni. It's a really reputable uni. You know, you feel safe straight away.
Yeah.
I think it's really important in a salon for you to create that safety and professionalism just from walking into the entrance.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can be displaying your certificates, and then also like you're really setting up your brand within your client's mind when they walk into that room. You know, I think everyone deep down, I think actually everyone knows how to create a beautiful ambiance and you know, display your brand, but I think sometimes there's an element of laziness where they think, I'll just pop my shelf there and I'll put my bottles of, like say, Prolong Lash. Where'd that come from? So yeah, we'll put, you know, my bottles up on there and they'll just sell themselves and it's no big deal. But imagine like the best sort of retail space you've been into, and everyone's is going to be different, but I'm just thinking of this beautiful massage place that I go to only on very, very special occasions because, like, you know, cha-ching, it's a little bit pricey, but worth it. But when you walk in, their vibe is obviously like relaxing because it's a massage place, but it's very earthy. Like all their countertops are all stone. Their displays have plants like budded in between products, draping down. Everything smells beautiful. Like you have to remember the smell.
Feeling.
Exactly. So all of these things are important to your retail space, and that is all just before you even get into like the marketing and how to like strategically get people to buy things. This is just like making people feel special, making people understand your brand, know what to expect when they're getting a service from you. Like, I think if your brand is like, we are super fun and our music's going to be super loud, like you want your retail space to pop and like have some cool like imagery around and, you know, make people aware that you're not going to go to sleep for an hour and a half in your appointment. You're going to be talking to me and we're going to be singing along to the songs and whatever, and that's your vibe. Like, just put it out there from the minute the person walks in and sees that retail space.
Well, look at the conferences we all attend, and I'm sure that you've all been to the conferences as well. Wherever you go, you see everyone's booth set up. That booth replicates their store. It replicates their brand. It replicates their personality. So, you know, Michelle from PLA, one of our favourites. Hi, Michelle. She's pink. We all know she's pink. Everything's pink. The staff wear pink. Her shelves are set up at beautiful eye level. She has the paraphernalia around for reading. The staff are there, educated. But that's her brand. You know her brand. And then we've got, you know, loads of our beautiful resellers that have, you know, comical sort of branding, and then others that have, you know, the beautiful, romantic, elegant, soft, romantic. And it reflects their personality. Like when you actually meet Michelle, she kind of bounces out like a pink person, like what you'd expect. So I think it's really important that your salon or your trade show or wherever you are reflects your brand immediately, and that builds so much comfort and so much you know, they become so. What's the word I'm looking for, Alicia? You can help me with this.
They trust you.
Trusting, that's the word.
They
trusting.
You build the trust, you build the relationship with them.
Yes. So yeah, that personal colour, that personal brand, that personal, you know, your personality, the human side of your brand coming out. So with Prolong Lash, with our concentrate, you have the opportunity to use a really good product that is trusted and it's globally known, and you can talk about your clients comfortably that we've had all the certifications and all the testing. Everyone knows our spiel, but you can actually dilute it and turn it into your own brand. If you're confident with our aftercare brand, we sell labels as well. Like we sell the new labels that you've just designed, which are fantastic.
Thank you. Well, for those that don't know or are jumping onto our channel for the first time, we do have multiple options within Prolong Lashes range. So we have the foaming pumps, which is the aftercare shampoo to wash your lashes. It's a Prolong Lash branded. It's white. It's sleek. It's very simple. If that's your style of, if that's your style for your salon and that suits your branding, like that's a great option for you. But we, as a company, acknowledge that this black and white kind of monochrome classic Prolong Lash look is not going to be for everyone. And how do we help people to solve this problem of wanting to really take their branding to the next level, make their retail space super
speak out your
on
name.
brand, exactly. And one of the great things that we have as a company is a concentrated version of our foaming pump cleanser. It is really our most popular product, and that concentrate is something that you can use to create your own brand. So as Jodie was just saying, you can get an empty foaming pump, you get your cleanser concentrate, you put 1/3 concentrate, 2/3 distilled water, and then you can put your label on there. You're more than welcome to use Prolong Lashes logo, and we've even created, as Jodie just said, we've even created labels for you that have our logo, but they're in a range of colors and styles and different designs. And we go so far as to say, if you want something, just contact us and we can send you a link and you can edit it yourself. Like, we try to make it as easy as possible.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, jinx. Lash wives. And so, you can even have your own aftercare product that is your brand in your retail salon.
And as we said, it's trusted. But the benefit of using this sort of system is that you buy the concentrate at a certain cost. And the more concentrate you build up in your salons, the more concentrate you buy, the bigger discount you get with us. So be really careful when you're choosing someone, whether it's Prolong Lash or whoever you go with. Be really careful that the person you choose to stock your retail area to be the products that you back, that they give you really good margins. It's an easy revenue. Having a retail space is a really, really easy revenue. You've got time while you're laying down and doing the lashes. You've got time as a lash artist to really talk about what you sell out there. Initially, when you walk in, it's about color, it's about feeling, it's about attraction, it's about smell, all those things that, the senses. But when you've got someone laying down, it's the education. It's that what I sell out there, why I sell it, why I've chosen it. If you're branding yourself, talk about why you chose that colour scheme. You can talk about anything. People are very interested to hear how you built that area. And as I said, make sure your suppliers, whoever you go with, give you good margins. So buy a bottle of $35 Prolong Lash, you turn it into 5 bottles, 60ml bottles, and you can sell that to your clients for $20. No brainer, $100 versus $35 revenues out. It's a 60% margin. Sorry, I'm a bit nerdy with figures, but look at your margins. Make sure that your retail area is not just pretty, is not just for everyone to think that you're professional. Be professional and make sure that retail area brings you money, brings you in extra revenue. It's passive income.
Yeah.
When you're earning your money as a lash artist, that's passive income sitting out there. And the more you talk as a lash artist, which you've got their attention for an hour, get in their head.
It is passive income, but in saying that, you can also, use a lot of marketing strategy and marketing psychology to really get the best margin you can. Apart from the fact that, if you purchase from us, you get 60% margin there. You can also use a lot of tips and tricks of how to market to people so that you'll get the best margin as well. Like, for example, I heard a great presentation from a marketing expert at a conference that I went to, and they were talking about, the value versus sort of the sizes of products. So, for example, I'll use Prolong Lash in this situation, and say most people would just go, I'll get my 60ml bottles. That's a pretty standard size, and they're on my bench and they're $20 a pop, and that's the only choice for my customers to buy. And that's fine because I love Prolong Lash and it's a great product.
Look at you.
So I know that they're safe in Prolong Lash's hands, and that's good to go. But someone looks at that and goes, $20. for a 60ml bottle, like, oh, I don't know if I really want to add that cost onto my lash set,
yeah.
you know? So then what happens if we start giving them options? Like, let's then put also a 30ml bottle on there. And the 30ml bottle is $15. And then they look at the 30ml bottle and they go, oh, $15 for a 30ml bottle, but oh, I could get a 60ml bottle, double the amount for $20. That's only $5 more. All of a sudden, that $20 bottle seems like it's really good value, right?
Tricky.
And then what happens if you bought in an even larger size? So you might get a 100ml foaming pump.
Stop it.
And then, you know, you can even be a bit tricky and only have one made up 100ml and the rest of them could be empty, because maybe you're doing this just as a sales technique and you make the 100ml one $40, $60.
Yeah.
Something actually really
Perception
unreasonable.
then, isn't it? It's more perception.
And then
what
people go, whoa, the 100ml one's $60. And you go, yeah, but it's 100 mils. And then you go, but this one's only $20, the 60ml. And they go, oh, why wouldn't I buy the 60ml? Like, you know, you can use variations on this and, you know, just comparisons. And I mean, it's a little bit sneaky and a little bit tricky that you might not even want to sell them 100ml ever. And maybe you do want to sell them 100ml and someone pays you $60 for it. Cool.
Yeah, and that's
Great.
bonus. But going off that, that's an amazing trick. But did you notice when Alicia was talking about the product then, that she knows what she's talking about? So she's an educated person with Prolong Lash. That's the brand that she knows and loves, and we love her for that. But whatever products you have in your store, make sure that you're educated about them. Make sure that you know that not just about you've gone into your spiel about the 30, the 60, the 100, but know the sales points just as you're about to lose a customer, and you can feel that when a customer goes and their body language changes and they shift, and you've got to go in a little tiny bit harder. You've got to go in with do you know this product, if you use it twice a day, your lashes will last 2 weeks longer. So your $180 set today is going to be, you know, learn about the product, learn about the benefits of the product, not just ours, but we know the benefits of ours, so that's why we're using it. You know, do you know this is vegan friendly? Do you know they don't test on animals? Whatever you think that client has talked to you about in that hour, pick up on what the client's personality is. If you've got a client that's sporty, that goes to the gym a lot, use you probably shower more if you go to the gym a lot. That's just me saying that, but in general, I know I go to the gym a fair bit and I'm constantly in the shower. Now, if I had lashes and I didn't understand about lashes, I'd want that salesperson, because you become from a lash artist to a salesperson as you hit that retail area. I'd want that person to say to me, you can shower as much as you want with these lashes, wash every time you're in there and get the stuff off from the gym, make sure the sweat's out of them. You know, really pick the points of that product that you sell and be the expert on it, and make sure that your staff, whoever's in there, are just the same expertise. Only needs to be 2 points. If you're going to lose someone in a sale, you need 2 points and you can get them straight back. 1 point would have been for me that you wash twice a day and it'll get all the sweat off you from when you're in the gym. You know, you don't want to, you know, that's 1 point. And I'd go, all right. And that $20 becomes so much more interesting to me, because it's of benefit to something I've just spent some money on. So learn about your products, educate yourself and educate your staff.
Yeah. I want to pick up on something you just said there as well. And anyone that's on here today is probably already doing this because they jumped on to watch a YouTube video about a retail space in their salon. So good job.
Yay.
You're already here, already doing this. But you said when you walk out of the salon room, you've moved from a lash artist to a sales rep, essentially. So don't neglect, as a lash artist, learning about marketing and sales techniques. So I know when people go to lash conferences, you know, as a lash artist, you're so drawn to the lash topics and you're excited to see the new lash product. Yeah, lashes. And I do it myself too. I'm like, oh, well, I can probably learn about that somewhere else. Like, and I'm at a lash conference, I really want to.
No, I'm the opposite.
Yeah, you're all the business, but like, don't neglect learning about marketing strategy, because one of the greatest marketing presentations I ever saw was actually at a lash conference. So, you make sure that you're educating yourself in that part too. You're a bit of a jack of all trades. You've got a lot of hats to wear.
Yeah, and you don't have to go to a conference or to a presentation to learn that. Online, there's so much information online on sales techniques, training your staff. Like, that's all on YouTube. That's all over Google. It's everywhere. But I mean, if you can face to face, spend some time. There are 2 or 3 hour courses local in all areas where you can just go and learn some sales and training techniques. But online now, everything's online, isn't it, Alicia? Everything.
Yeah.
You can learn everything.
Maybe your first job's meant to be at Macca's. Like, I heard that Macca's have the best training. Oh, sorry, McDonald's. Australians call it Macca's. Like, just go to Macca's. We never say McDonald's. But apparently I've heard that if you have worked at McDonald's, like, anyone will hire you because they have like the best sales training.
They have the best sales training, the best add-ons. So, do you want some fries with your drink? Do you want a drink with your do you want a Coke with your burger? Like, it's all this additional add-on sales. So you're the lash artist, your service is the Big Mac, and then you come out to the salon area and you're trying to add on some fries and some drinks.
Yeah.
So that's exactly right. And but coming from a retail background, as soon as someone walks in with a CV in the old day where they used to walk in and say, hey, I'm looking for a job, here's my CV. I love that smiley face, come in. First thing you look at is where they're trained, and if they're McDonald's trained, they know structure, they know customer service. So yeah, that's a really good thing. So interesting. Now we're off McDonald's and I'm starving hungry. So let's talk about maybe putting food in your reception area. Let's talk about.
I love a lolly bowl at a reception desk.
Okay.
I'm all about that. Actually, back to my favourite spa of all time.
The one that makes us feel like that.
Yes, the relaxation spa. When you leave the room and afterwards you sit down and they give you a little cup of tea and a water and they say, you just relax here for a little bit. They actually have all these like beautiful little healthy like muesli bars and little chocolatey things and stuff. And like, mate, if you can't get to me through food, you're never going to get to me. So I'm just like, 5 stars for you.
So at your salon, there's one hint. So let's actually go into that now that we're walking in that direction. When you walk into a salon, I said before, my first reaction is I go straight to the retail corner. So where do you put your retail space? That's a big question, and it's something that needs to be really, really carefully considered when you walk in. Don't just do it yourself. Make sure that you have someone with you. Have a few people, have some friends, have some of your clients. When you're building, when you're creating the space, ask them, or watch them when they walk in. Body language is once again, where do they aim straight to the reception? Do they go straight to the couch? Do they head over to the water container?
That's a really good point. And I actually have a bit of a story where that similar situation has happened.
Love your stories,
oh, thanks.
my one.
Yeah. But for those who don't know, maybe you're joining us new, welcome. And we used to have a salon. That's where Prolong Lash sort of started, actually. We were a salon, did lashes, had about 15 staff, and Prolong Lash was developed for the salon because we were having trouble with clients having dirty lashes and retention, and our poor lash artists spending hours cleaning them up. So we
wash your lashes.
Yes, please. So we have this in-salon experience, but originally we were in a really little space, and the only retail space was right when you enter the front door. It was perfect because you would walk in, there was a wall there to partition the little rooms, a reception desk in the corner, and the customers would sit down and just be facing this wall directly, and it was like all they had to look at basically. And that was a great space for that particular retail area. Once we grew, that was just a 3 little bed salon. Once we grew and we had these 15 bed salon, we moved to a really large space. And initially when we started having customers come in there, we had the retail space and the reception area on one side. So you opened up the door and intuitively, we felt if you imagine a door opening inwards, so you're walking in from the outside, you open the door by pushing it in towards, right? So in towards, we did not feel that the reception desk should be behind the door, right? We didn't want people being like, looking in and being like, where is everything? Behind the door doesn't feel right. So we had it on the other side. So, you know, the door's not blocking your space.
Yep.
People can see the reception desk straight away when they walk in. And the retail space was there too, because we always kept
Makes
our
sense.
retail space with our reception area. And that was like that for a couple of months. And it just was the feel of the space that we discovered that when people open that door, it's like the door sort of drew them in and they followed the door and they would walk towards the left as the door opened towards the left and then look and be like, there's nothing there. And everyone sort of turned around looking a bit confused for a second. And we just thought, everyone wants
To be behind the door.
to be over there. They want it to be over there. That's just the vibe that we're getting from people.
Yep.
And so we had to move the whole reception area over to the other side of the building, which wasn't a massive space, but maybe 10 meters. Sorry, Americans, I don't know what 10 meters is in feet. But a big space. So we had to move it over to the other side of the space because people just wanted it to be there. So as much as you think something might be the perfect space, you're
not.
so right. You need
watch the
people
flow.
going in there. You need people just getting a feeling for where it should be.
As I said, you know, get 6 or 7 of your friends, whatever amount you've got at the time that are there, get them to walk in and see where they walk to first. It's really important because it's your perception versus theirs, but it's their perception you want. You know exactly what you want in your salon, but is it the right thing? So, you know, listen to the where the door opens, listen to the where the people's eyes land. Don't have anything up too high that's out of their eye level. Don't have anything too low where they don't really want to be bending down to grab. Eye level on a wall that they walk through, watch their traffic flow, watch their eyes, watch their body language. Also watch where they're comfortable too. Often you sit, the reception area is there and you sit right in front of the receptionist and you're staring at the receptionist. Give them something else to stare at. Even if it's angling your chair a little bit or anything where they're looking away from the receptionist. But making that eye contact all the time is really uncomfortable for me. I find it really uncomfortable. Sitting that close, like sitting to the camera here, that close distance and you can literally hear each other speak. So you feel like you have to say, oh, how's your day been? But some people come into the salon just to be left alone, just to relax, just to be in their own space. So just shifting that chair or that movement for them so their eyes are another direction. It's just something I find it might be helpful, might not be, but be really aware of the customer, be really aware of the client, be really aware what their experience is, not what your experience is or what your receptionist experience is. It's the client's experience.
Absolutely. They're paying your bills. Make them happy.
Yeah, we love you. So we've talked about a few things today, the value revenue-wise of having a retail area, some ideas of how it could look, some ideas of how you can work it. But I think something we need to retouch on is there's a real difference between having a sales technique and being confident and being knowledgeable about your product and being too pushy. So we'll talk a little bit about that because there's a real fine line to someone feeling bullied or pushed into that sale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when you're actually doing the lashes is your main sales pitch. Going out to your retail area is the icing on the cake. You've already done the work. And the hard work, as we talked about before, is knowing the product, knowing the reasons, the benefits, the ideas behind the product, even a bit of culture about how you come about the product and that the staff use it. You know, promote the product while you're talking. So when you get out to the sales area, see, I'm such a retailer. When you get out to your area, your foyer, and your retail space is there, you don't have to then just start from scratch. Oh, by the way, we've got aftercare products. Oh, by the way, have you seen this? You've already led that client into that journey, and part of the journey is okay, the $180, but here we go, the rest of the journey, remember what we were talking about? This is my stuff over here, come and have a look. This is the product I was telling you about. It's a really, really nice product. It's got a really nice smell to it, and as I said, if you use this product, your lashes will last for 2 weeks longer. So look, it's here. If you want to have a look at it, I'm just going to nick back over here and get your bill sorted or whatever. Have a look at it, have a read of it. It's a really great company. They come out of Australia. Here, their CEO and their marketing gurus are great.
Super funny and interesting.
So that's not a pushy sales pitch because you've
I
already
totally
done.
agree with that, and I actually would even take it a further step back and make sure that you're communicating that from day dot that you're touching
Yeah.
base with your client. So that means have your aftercare products on your website. You know, give aftercare instructions
Yeah.
to people before they come in.
Yeah.
If you've got social media, I hope you do. Put it on your Instagram. Be like, this is what I expect from you in a nice way. If you're coming into my salon, I want you to wash your lashes every day. You can make it fun, how you say it. You can make it serious, how you say it. Whatever
Wash your undies, wash your lashes.
Exactly. So, like, you know, you need to be selling this product like way before you even met your client.
Subliminal
You're selling
messages
it to them.
from your website. Subliminal sales
make it an
messages.
expectation that they will use your products if they're coming to your to get your service. That's part of your service,
Yeah.
essentially. And you know, when you've gotten to the stage where you've gotten through all that, they've engaged with you on socials. That's probably how they found you. They've gone onto your website and made a booking. After they made a booking, they got an automated email. Check out our EDM video that we had Matt on the other day, and he can talk about how to automate flows and things like that for you to make it really easy. They'll receive an email saying, you know, thank you for your appointment confirmation. This is when it is. This is where you come to, and this is how you're going to look after your lashes after you leave your appointment as well, just so they're aware.
Yep.
They have that expectation in place.
Link it.
Yes,
Make sure there's
yeah.
a link in the message that links to your website or to where you want to link it to. And any questions, please go to our FAQ page if you've got one. You know, set them up as you said from the start.
Absolutely. And then you're, you know, obviously talking to them about the benefits whilst you're doing their lashes, as you said.
Yep.
So once you get to that stage, it's not the first time they've heard about
no-brainer.
this. They're
They're
not
just gonna buy
feeling shocked. And also, just from a personal point of view, and like in our salons, something that all of our staff did, and this was like part of our sort of staff training, when you finished with your client, you actually picked the product off the shelf and took it up to the desk with you. You put it on the desk, you say, you know, this is how you look after your lashes. You explain that all to them and say, this is the product, and would you like to add that onto your service today? And more often than not, people said yes at that point in time, because I mean, it wasn't pushy, but it's already there. It's already sitting there. You've put that expectation on them, saying, this is a contract.
Yeah.
I've done them for you. You need to look after them.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's part of that.
Yep.
And 99% of the time, people bought it.
So I hope you got we hope you got so much out of today, but we're really open, particularly myself, with retail areas. If you ever see us at conferences, if you ever want to talk more about retail space or even the actual build, I've had a lot of experience with the actual build of an inside retail space. You've all seen me, you've all got my email address, j.harrison@prolonglash.com.au. Please get in contact with me.
What kind of CEO just gives out her email address to the whole world?
Oh,
a hands-on CEO.
Yeah, no, this excites me. Excites me to empower
love
our
it.
listeners to earn more money. Like, really, we love our job. We're passionate about it, but show me the money. Let's get into it. But thank you so much for joining, and contact me anytime, and Alicia as well. But particularly about the retail build, I can certainly be of assistance.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us today. If this video was interesting, of use, and you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. Always feel free to jump onto our socials. We've got our Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and we also have our new podcast, The Aussie Lash Wives.
The Aussie Lash Wives.
You can find that wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you want to buy Prolong Lash and turn your own retail brand area into your brand and looking amazing, you can jump onto www.prolonglash.com and .au for Australia. Thanks for joining us today, guys.
Thank you. See you.
Bye.